New travel restrictions for the island of Eleuthera. The U.S. State Department outlines poor conditions at the prison once again, and R.M. Bailey park vendors brace for a busy holiday weekend. Good evening, everyone. I'm Leah Cooper with your Jcn News for this Thursday, April 1st. Residents wanting to travel from Harbor Island in Eleuthera to anywhere in the country will now need a RT-PCR COVID-19 test in order to obtain a travel health visa. New travel requirements in effect as of today, April 1st, as specified in the latest Emergency Powers COVID-19 Pandemic Risk Management No. 4 Amendment Order 2021, released by the Office of the Prime Minister last night. The order applies to persons older than 10 years of age traveling to other parts of the Bahamas. However, it does not apply to travel between mainland Eleuthera and its surrounding keys. Residents traveling from Eleuthera and Harbor Island will also be required to take a COVID-19 rapid antigen test on the 5th day after arrival to their destination within the Bahamas and submit the results to the Ministry of Health online via the Health Travel website. This comes after an uptick in cases on the island, which in the month of March alone had 26 additional confirmed cases of the virus. More than 10 of them had a history of travel within 14 days. Now, the COVID-19 vaccination campaign began on Eleuthera on Tuesday, March 30th, and continues today. The national vaccination program will resume following the Easter holidays. Meantime, according to a statement from the Office of the Prime Minister, the inter-island testing requirements are expected to be eased with the acceleration of COVID-19 vaccination rollout. Meantime, PLP candidate for Central and South Eleuthera, Senator Clay Sweeting, says the sudden change in travel requirements for people traveling from Harbor Island and Eleuthera is grossly unfair to residents. Last night, the government issued a new requirement as part of its latest amendment to its Emergency Powers Order, saying travelers will now have to take RT-PCR COVID-19 tests in order to obtain a travel health visa to other parts of the country. Senator Sweeting says the people of Eleuthera were once again surprised by an abrupt ad hoc travel policy enforced by the competent authority, adding that without warning, the Prime Minister's office released a statement prohibiting all domestic travel from the islands of Eleuthera and Harbor Island to other parts of the Bahamas without a RT-PCR COVID-19 test. He says this kind of action is sounding the death knell for businesses and ruining the lives of people who don't know from one day to the next what the rules will be. Mr. Sweeting says there is no sense in the way that Eleuthera is being treated, and it's just not fair. The Nassau Airport Development Company anticipating an uptick in visitor arrivals and departures over the upcoming Easter holiday period. In a statement, the Lynden Pindling International Airport operator says March 2021 has been the most successful month for passenger arrivals since the COVID-19 pandemic began, and Easter will allow April to start strong. NAD is requesting that passengers traveling internationally over the Easter holidays arrive at the airport at least 3 hours prior to their scheduled departure time. This will allow ample time for check-in and other processing. Taking into consideration COVID-19 protocols, COVID-19 rapid antigen testing is available at the airport for passengers traveling to the U.S. Now, travelers who plan to have their tests administered at the airport should arrive at least 3.5 hours prior to their scheduled departure time. The statement continues that NAD has seen steady but incremental monthly increases in domestic traffic since November 2020. There has also been month-over-month increases in international travelers for November, December, and January. The airport experienced a slight downturn in international passengers during February compared to January. However, March has shown the type of positive upward trend that it hopes can continue throughout 2021. During March, NAD had nonstop flights from 21 markets, 9 of which had daily or near daily service for the month. It's anticipated that April will have nonstop flights from 23 markets, with American Airlines adding flights from Washington, D.C., JetBlue adding flights from New Jersey, and United Airlines reintroducing its Denver flight. The 2020-2021 crawfish season is now closed. The Department of Marine Resources wishes to advise the general public that the crawfish season has come to a close on April 1st, 2021 and will reopen on August 1st, 2021. During this time, the capture of crawfish or any other marine resource with use is prohibited and should not be found on board any vessel at any time. All crawfish traps must be stored on land, and all processors, owners, or operators of every hotel, restaurant, supermarket, or grocery store who buys or sells crawfish must file a report with the DMR declaring the quantity and weight of frozen crawfish in their possession at the date of closure. Additionally, all trapping permits and permits authorizing the use of compressors expired on the 21st of March this year. Violators will be prosecuted. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.